yeah, standing on the beach. We're actually going to go out in the dinghy today. We're going to lift just a handful of pots, and it's just started raining, so it's going to be tricky filming it, but I'll try and do what I can. Hell of a sunrise though over there, look at that. Absolute cracking sunrise. So we'll see you out there. There's a little bit of a rainbow over there, and it's right over the top of our pots. We're going to find out, because those are the two pots we're going to be lifting. Right, we're going to be coming up to the first pot in a second. Just drop those other two that are in the boat out, the little ones. Right, I'll have to keep your face down because it is raining at the moment. This is our inkwell pot. It's a great pot for catching spiders and shanker, actually, or brown crab. Catches those well as well, but you've got to be a bit deeper usually.
It's bound to be full of lobsters.
Yeah. full of trout. There you go.
Also good for trout.
That'd be a first. Trout in the crab pot. Just remember the balance again. Being we're on the little boat again. Oops, something slap or fall in there. There we go. Like we said, spiders.
Nice one.
Nice one in there, yeah?
Yep.
Excellent. Look inside.
Smaller ones.
That's a cracker. Yeah, lovely one that. Lovely, lovely. Not the other one's pretty good as well. Keep hold of that one as well for the moment. Yeah, lovely. And then just a babby one in there. Oh, there's a couple of babbies in there. You couldn't see the other one around the back. Oh, that's not bad either for a size going.
That's probably the minimum, actually, that size.
Fish bait. Right, we'll get back to you in a minute when we're coming up to the next set. So these are the pots. Well, there's two sets. There's one over there. Can't show you too long or you'll get water all over the screen. These are the two sets that had the rainbow over. So let's find out if there's a pot of gold inside one of my pots. Old pot. It's always been such a good catcher, this thing. Not today it isn't. So much for the gold. It's the trouble with rainbows, they're full of gold but they're not full of lobsters. They must be on the sandy area or something. Because this hasn't been done for 2 days, this pot, so pretty poor for a 2-day drop. Being the bait's off, they could have been. I don't know if they'd be sitting on the outside, to be honest, though. Being there's a crab on it. Right, we'll come back when we pulling the other one. Nothing. Oh no, there is something. Oh, it's only a little one.
Small.
He's not big enough. Huh, quite disappointing, really. Oh well. Can't catch all the time. Wouldn't be fun catching if we did catch all the time because it'd just become boring.
Small spider.
Lobster.
More lobster.
Right. So as is always the case, we weren't going to bother with these, but then being that we are kind of like the excitable type, we changed our minds, and we're going to pull up some more pots. Just 3 probably, 3 more. So we're going to double the amount we actually came out for. Well, we've only got the 1 spider, and to do a cook up, we'd like to have at least 2, 3 is usually good. If you're going to go to the effort of putting on all the cooking stuff and that, you just well have a couple. So let's hope there's something in them. I say we're pulling them up. I use that term very loosely.
It's the royal we.
But she does like to pull the pots up. That's her is that your favourite job, apart from catching fish on a rod?
Yeah, I think mackerel fishing would be my favourite thing.
The old mackerel fish, I think that's a lot of people's favourite thing.
I think so, yeah.
Right, so this is a double set, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it worth coming to lift it? Oh yeah, there's one in there. Well, I'd say that. It's not actually that big, is it? Or is it?
No, that's going back, that one.
It's going back. You heard it here first. It's going back.
So is that one.
That one. Oh, that's a big one though.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. But
Oh.
I'm sorry.
As well, the bait's alright, I suppose, just about. It's not exactly heaving with bait, these pots though. I mean, all in all, I mean, that's still a good spider crab.
Oh, I'm sure it's well oversized.
If you had one of those in your wheel, you'd be happy. You'd be there cooking it up.
Yep.
And it would be legal, of course. Watch his claws getting a bit sort of bent, a bit weird. But... he's got hold of the trap again. He's done the classic hook the claw underneath where you can't get him out. There you go. See, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you put that on the gauge, that'd be well oversized.
I'm sure it would.
Right, let him go. The thing is, we're catching nice, really big ones this year, so we only take the sort of biggest or the best, you might say. If another year that might be the biggest and the best. This year it's not, so we take whatever's bigger, and we just keep putting back those ones to grow a little bit bigger. You're almost there. The white marker just arrived. The second white marker just arrived. 15th white marker just arrived.
Right, it's here then.
Right. Oh, no. Okay, when you're ready. Just balancing the boat because we've got 2 pots coming up. Better. One on the left looks quite good.
Yeah, he'll be alright.
Sit, turn the pot. Right.
So again, that's probably
Yeah, that's still
well
a good
in,
crab, but back
not.
it goes. Back it goes. This is the one we want. We've got our 2 crabs. We've got 1 pot. We'll just as well do it because we're right next to it. And we'll leave everything else. I mean, we can't do the ones further. Well, we could, but we're not going to go all the way out there just for not in this boat. Normally I like to have a little bit bigger engine if I'm going out in this boat further. Yeah, that's a good one. That'd be the one. Ah, it's a cracker actually.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
lovely, lovely. Yeah. Right, let's get these down again.
There's one more in there, but in that place there.
If you can't get it, leave it. If it's a little one, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just forget it. Well, we are checking the pocket pot before we go in. Because we've had enough now because we're thoroughly soaked. It's absolutely pouring down.
Yes.
So I've got to hold the camera down because otherwise it will be soaked in seconds. I'll show you in a minute once we get this pot up. But, yeah, it's a bit damp out here. We're just checking it to see if it's got anything after 24 hours, because plus I just dropped it randomly yesterday. I didn't really sort of pick a spot.
And it
Got one in it.
never fails.
Every time, eh? Right, hurry up and get it baited because I've got to get this back because I've got no sounder to...
It's already baited.
Yeah. Pull out the lobster and then just we'll throw it back. Here we go, one lobster again.
Another one.
Right. Oh, and yeah, that's how wet it is at the moment. It's horrible. And here they are in a box of water. Now, we don't always cook them straight away when we bring them in, especially if we get some bad weather. We'll bring some in so we don't have to go and get any. Put them in a box. You can keep them in here for a couple of days, no problem at all, as long as you make sure you change the water if the water goes bad, so you have to bring water up with you. And as long as you've got an air stone in it as well, like in the corner here. And we've just got a nice bottle in, but we don't really need one at this time of year. It's cold at the moment. This is more for in the summer. You just put a bottle of ice in just to keep the water cool, and they'll be fine until we take them out for the table.